Welcome back to another video of Footy Nappies.
Lovely, mate. Lovely. Good to be back. Last one we did Saturday Arvo evening, didn't we? So
Yeah.
sort of missed the first two games of the round. But anyway, we Friday here to timestamp it. So we got a massive game of footy tonight, Hawks and the Crows over in Adelaide Oval. And also a big game last night, which was a genuine fizzer. Bulldogs Giants, and the Bulldogs smashed them. So that's really interesting for finals. Much happening this week?
Of what?
Anything? You tell us anything? No, we talked about your footy last week. Talked about your footy last week.
But we haven't talked about this week's game.
No, this one's going to be interesting. One of our stronger players is missing this week. So, did beat this side last time you played them, but that'll be interesting. So, anyway, we'll wait and see how that all goes. How do you think you'll go?
Good!
Good? Yeah, I think you should. Now, right, let's get into the episode. So what's making news, mate?
Stephen May.
Stephen May, yeah. So that 3-week ban was upheld. So obviously he missed on the weekend, so that was the first week. But they went to the appeals board there Monday, Tuesday, whatever it was, and it's been upheld. So that's really, really interesting because as we spoke about last week, I believe it was last week, it might have been the week before, but we spoke about that incident being, I believe, really innocuous. I mean, they were both going hammer and tong for the footy, and it was just that Francis Evans got there first by a split second. May didn't appear to lift the elbow up or lead with the shoulder. I don't know. It's so interesting. But and then we spoke, briefly about, well, if it's a preliminary final or a grand final, do we want our players to pull back maybe in a contest, and then it may result in Francis Evans kicking the goal? And anyway, massive discussion and what it means for football. But regardless, Stephen May's ban's been upheld. What's next there, mate?
Jack Silvani.
Yeah, so some trade speculation there with Jack Silvani, which is enormous because that name Silvani is synonymous with Carlton Blues. His grandfather Sergio, his father Stephen, and now Jack have played for the club. Also, his brother Ben played there for a little while. But just, and the number one Guernsey, I believe, Sergio, Stephen, and now Jack have all worn the number one Guernsey as well. So the name is synonymous with Carlton, and there is talk about potentially moving on to Collingwood next year. So that'd just be huge, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, from what we're hearing, the offers are very similar. 4-year offers around about that $600,000 a year mark. I mean, I'm sure he's going through a lot at the moment trying to work out what he should do. Should he leave the club that's giving him a start and his family's such rich history? I mean, Carlton, they're going nowhere at the moment. And even for the foreseeable future, what's he got? 6 years of footy left in him, perhaps, maybe 7.
How old is he?
He's mid-20s. Is he 25, 26 or something?
He could
maybe 27. Maybe 27. He may even be 28. He started 2015, 26. Regardless, though, he doesn't have heaps of footy left. Like a Carlton winning a flag in the next 5 or 6 years, I don't think they are. I think Collingwood's so much closer to a flag.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah. Well, that was really good input there too, by the way, mate. That was great. Those thoughts, special comments. Anyway, that's interesting. Now, next in the contract news there, mate.
John Newcombe.
So he's 23. I did read that article.
What?
Yeah, I thought he was older than that. But he's extended his contract through to the end of 2032, which is that's huge news for Hawks and for him. He'll be a one-club player for sure because 2032, what's that? 7 years away, so he'll be 30. Yeah, that's phenomenal. I'm a mid-season recruit as well, and that's so awesome, isn't it? What do you think about that one? Anything to add there?
But he still would have 5 years. He could not be a one-club player.
Yeah, something drastic would have to happen for him not to be. But I suppose at the end of his contract, he'll be a free agent, which makes moving clubs much easier. So perhaps, in 2032 he may look to move on elsewhere. Depends where he's
Isn't
at.
James Rawford free agent?
Yeah, he might be a restricted free agent.
What's that?
Or, I think it's restricted free agent after 8 years and free agent after 10 years. Anyway, but there's a lot of speculation about him joining Geelong. He obviously grew up down this way, played for Geelong Falcons. I'd take him.
It would be good.
It'd be good, yeah. He's a good inside mid that extracts the ball. Next one in the news there, mate. Massive news over in the West.
We went. Oh, yeah, he did his ankle injury.
Yeah, out for the season. Syndesmosis injury or something or other, I was reading. But out for the season, which is disappointing for him. Lots of noise and speculation on his contracts as well. Obviously, he's got 1 year to go on his rookie or his draft contract. 3 years from the draft. So he's got 1 year to go on that. But
no, he did.
He's finished his second year this year, so he's got 1 year to go. Does he stick around in West Coast or does he go elsewhere? That's going to be really interesting.
Does he have to continue his draft contract?
Next year?
Yeah.
He could request a trade, I suppose, in the trade window. Yeah, it'd be hard to see it happening, though. I mean, a club would have to throw a lot of
money.
Well, money, to him. But I mean, they'd have to throw a lot of either good, solid draft picks or a player or a couple of players across to pick him up. I don't know. I can't see that happening. But definitely after next year, I could see something happening. That's unless he signs on and sticks around. That'll be up to him. Some big inclusions for the Pies this week. We were talking about them, I think, last week, just being a bit under the pump, I felt. A couple of losses in a row, some older bodies, some soft tissue injuries. Still a bit unsure. I mean, they're still sitting top of the ladder. But some big names to return there. De Goey's coming back. First time back for De Goey since they played Geelong.
When was that?
It was like 12 weeks ago or something. A long time ago. He's missed a lot of footy. So I'm sure they'll be rapt to have him back. Pendles is back, Canterbury. And Bobby Hill as well. So some good news for Collingwood.
I read that Ken Hinkley wants Cameron to kick 100.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll get to Cameron soon.
Think.
We'll get to Cameron soon. That's interesting, though. I mean, yeah, we'll get to that. Lockie Sullivan out for the season as well for the Pies, unfortunately. Done his PCL, so
The permanent.
posterior cruciate ligament. So that's no good for them, but they've got a lot of depth, I think, that Collingwood side, so they'll be fine. Next making news there, mate, over in South Australia. Bit of news coming out of the Adelaide camp. McElhaney.
Michael.
I was thinking Rob McElhaney off Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that TV show. Anyway.
Oh.
On Wrexham. Welcome to Wrexham.
Oh.
Yeah, so one of their key defenders missing the rest of the season with a hamstring injury. Suspect he'll be back for finals. They are just motoring along.
We're talking about them later.
We are going to talk about them later, but we're talking about them now with that injury. But they're just motoring along beautifully, aren't they? It'll be really dangerous. If they get the win tonight, they could almost finish top of the ladder. They're so hard to beat on their home deck. Yeah, well, Collingwood's got Brisbane. Collingwood's got Adelaide over there. Collingwood's run's not easy, but I suspect they'll beat Brisbane on their home deck, and I suspect
they'll beat Adelaide.
Yeah, over there though, it's going to be tough. But yeah, next one, mate, up on the Gold Coast. This next one,
Touk Miller to return for the Suns.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it? So they come out, they beat the absolute pants off Brisbane there last week, and they get like a quality midfielder like Touk Miller returning to the side. That's fantastic. Like, things are looking very up for the Gold Coast Suns and Dimmer Hardwick, that's for sure. Obviously, we spoke last week about that injury to Daniel Rioli, which is obviously disappointing, but to get Touk Miller back into the side, very, very nice.
Toby Green and Josh Kelly missed this week.
Yeah, so
Green did a suspension.
Yeah, and Josh Kelly's just through injury, but that was last night's game, obviously, but that hurt them. That impacted them. Like, Toby Green's really a barometer for him, I think. Really sets the tone for the Giants. And having him miss, don't get me wrong, I don't know if he's worth 70 or 80 points, but it just goes, having your captain there really helps. But they were absolutely woeful. And the last bit they're making news,
Or
mate.
not the last bit. I have one more bit to say.
Okay.
But Kerno missed the rest of the season.
That's horrible news for Carlton. I mean, we're going to talk about them in a moment in Under the Pump because their season has just, like, you'd ask yourself, could it get any worse?
It can.
It can't. It can. It can. They're just can't take a trick, Carlton. Is that the last time we see Kerno in a Blues Guernsey? Oh my gosh. Anyway, what was the other bit there? You had some more?
Would Adelaide have a David time? You would debut.
Debutant. Who's that?
His name was William Jackson. I'm pretty sure.
William Jackson. Oh, okay.
I don't know, but he's playing against the Cats.
There you go. Yeah, right. Well, we'll be there Sunday arvo, so we'll be able to see that. Hey, just last bit of news actually too, which I didn't write down. Essendon's got their 14th debutant this year, so that means they've now officially got the record of sides that aren't expansion sides.
What are they?
So Gold Coast and Giants. I don't know how many players they had make their debut in 2011 and 2012, but of sides that aren't expansion sides,
So
Essendon now has the record.
sides that are in their first year.
Yep. So I don't know what the Gold Coast Suns had and what the Giants had in those initial years. But yeah, this is Essendon's just taken the record from Fitzroy in '91, was it? Did we speak about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, very interesting. Poor old Essendon. They've had another like Carlton. They've just had an awful season. And again, you just wonder, can it get any worse?
It again.
It can. Actually, if oh my gosh, if your nephew or my nephews, your cousins Jake and Harry are watching, how funny was that camping trip? It gun. Mike.
It gun.
What was his name? Mike.
Mick McCarthy.
Mick McCarthy. Yeah, the Blackpool coach, or
Yeah.
they call him a team manager over in the UK in the English Premier League or
And it's
Championship
like, you're
division.
1-17. You can't get any worse, can it? From here. It gun.
It gun, and he just smiled, and that was so funny. Anyway, if you haven't seen that, head over to head on to YouTube. You're on YouTube now watching this, but head on to YouTube and look up Mike McCarthy, Blackpool team manager, Mick McCarthy, and it's a very funny press conference with the journalists. And anyway, have a look. Under the Pump, Ash.
Brisbane.
Bit stiff, maybe, but I felt like they have been flirting with form a little bit, is the best way to describe it. Hey, look, they gave Geelong a touch-up on our home deck. Can't question that. That was brilliant. Obviously, last week, was that just a one-off against the Suns? That was really poor performance. Now, that was a hard, and it would have been a heavy game in those conditions.
And the Suns play bad and wet.
Yeah, generally, but yeah, not later. But for Brisbane, that would have taken it out of them. Now they need to travel interstate down to the MCG to play Collingwood on the G. And Collingwood had what did they do last week? They had it was against Richmond. So they had an easy game in dry conditions. So, when you're looking at recovery and things like that, they would have recovered quicker than, say, Brisbane would have. So it's going to be really interesting if Brisbane were to drop 2 on the trot. Heading into finals.
But then that could finish. I've read some articles. Brisbane could finish 5th. People are saying that. They're like Cats go on top of them. Gold Coast do.
Yep.
People but I would be too.
Well, if you look at
Brisbane lose this game with Collingwood, they go 4th.
Yeah.
If Cats win.
And then they've got Sydney at home. They'll win that. But then they've got Freo away.
No, Brisbane have bad stuff. Because, there's so many sides on 52. They lose to Collingwood. They could go to 7.
Yeah, that's right.
6.
And look, hey, they'll beat Sydney next week, but then they've got Freo away, and Freo's been firing over in the Western Australia. They're tough to beat.
And they lose that.
Yeah.
And then
And then they got the Hawks at home.
What if all these sides from the top 6 win? Brisbane could start falling bad.
Yeah.
So old worry for
I think out of those last four, I feel like they win 2, lose 2. But you think, last game of the year, they're playing Hawthorn at the Gabba. Hawthorn, they've got a tough run as well. They'll be fighting for a final spot. They'll need to play that hard.
So
Brisbane will also play hard, but their finals will be fine. They're in the finals. Hawks will be, they'll be fighting for a final spot. They'll have it all on the line. They'll have everything to lose, whereas Brisbane quite won't. And sometimes that can challenge your mindset a bit as a player. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where they finish. You don't want to play them in finals, do you? They're going to be brilliant.
Yeah, I still don't think they're finished. I still don't think they could finish top 4.
No, I think they're in trouble. I don't think if they drop to the Pies, I don't think they finish top 2.
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter. It just means you're playing your first final interstate unless you finish 5th.
But it's just these other sides.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 6th. If you finish 6th.
You play. 5th, 6th. But it's an elimination. So if you lose, which I don't think they'll lose on their home deck, but you win that, then you've got to travel interstate for the semi. Now, I know they did that last year. They travelled interstate to Giants and then to the prelim against Geelong.
No, but they came back.
Yeah, in both games. In both games against Giants and Geelong.
What about the first one? In the first one, there was
you can't bet on that happening every year. That was a freak run, and give them kudos. That was a great run, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember, I think we were watching that Giants game. I thought, this is over.
Yeah.
And then obviously we went to the Geelong game, but anyway, so are they flirting with form? Let me know. Actually, we put this out a few weeks ago, and we mentioned we put Brisbane under the pump, because they were going through a bit of a rocky period, win one, lose one, win one, lose. And someone made a comment saying, they don't need to be winning them all right now or something or other. Insinuating that the time to win them is in September, which is totally true, but you do need to set up your season whereby the double chance is really important and home finals are really important. But anyway, leave a comment. Are they flirting with form? If they're not, happy to discuss. Next one, mate. This is massive. There's questions.
Simon Goodwin, is it?
Is he coaching for his season this week? Now they're playing West Coast. They're going to win, I think. But
why? Why? How much? Why?
We're going to talk about St Kilda.
What happens if they win by 10 points?
Yeah, and it's a real scrap. And I think they'll pump West Coast. But you're right. What happens if they win by 10 points? I don't know. Is he there next year? Is he the coach? Oh gosh. Watching that game on Sunday, we watched that last quarter, didn't we? And we thought, we had dinner on soon or something. We just thought, we're just taking it easy. We're having a pretty cruisy Sunday arvo. And flicked it on and thought, oh man, this is boring. But
what?
The St Kilda Melbourne, we thought, this is boring, but we'll watch the last quarter. You just never know. And then just bit by bit by bit. 46 points up. Where is the coaching and the on-field leadership, but the coaching as well? Like the buck stops with you as the coach. Where is the coaching to just stem that momentum to try and, maybe you've just got to grind out stoppage after stoppage, and maybe that's how you've got to, just to try and slow down some of the ascendancy the Saints had. But they just made no changes. They did nothing, Melbourne. I don't know. Has Goody still got the team, or has he lost them? Just mind the traffic there. Hopefully they're all right. Don't know if that's ambulance, police, or forest. Anyway, has he still got the team, or has he just lost their confidence and trust?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sort of with you. I'm thinking maybe.
Carlton.
So Melbourne, they're stuffed.
Yeah, Carlton could be without.
Actually, check in on your Melbourne friends, please. If you can just take one message away from this, check on your Melbourne friends, because I think they're in trouble.
I just said Carlton could be without TDK, Silvani, Walsh, and Kerno and Mackay.
Next year, in 2026. Yeah, I think they keep one of Mackay or Kerno, but...
what if they lose both?
Nah. Well, yeah, what if?
What if?
But, they keep one, surely. They need a small forward. Like, they got rid of Owies. He probably would have helped them this year. Francis Evans had a crack. He's probably not a superstar.
They have Silvani.
Motlop, and he plays a little bit more in the midfield as well, but I don't know.
But Silvani's starting to play down back. So.
Yeah, he's very versatile down back and forward, but he's not a small forward, is he? He's like a mid-sized. But there's another thing. You got check on your Carlton friends and family, because maybe just make a courtesy call, just a welfare check. They're in trouble. Poor buggers. They've been in the wilderness since '99 really. Had a couple of final series where they've had a crack, but since '99 when they played in the granny and they didn't win it, but it's just hard to see them in the next few years.
Now we have hearts. They killed the greatest ever comeback, 3/4 time.
3/4 time comeback, and it was 46 points, unbelievable. We didn't think it was going to happen.
No.
How was Nasai?
Yeah.
That
4
that
goals.
hanger he took?
Yeah, he kicked 4 goals, 34 touches.
Yeah. You go back and watch the footage, and I've gone back and watched it a few times. It was their free kick to St Kilda, which is just insane how that happened. But I suppose Melbourne was panicking, so they were out of position in a bid to try and flood the forward line to prevent any chance of St Kilda scoring a goal. I get that, but they were panicking. But if you go back to that vision when the umpires are trying to inform the players who's free kick, why it's a free kick, where you need to position, they're telling them to come back. You go back and watch that vision. Rowan Marshall, and I think it's Jack Steele, but it's Nasai. Nasai is there speaking, whispering to Rowan Marshall, and that was like a in NFL, American football, they make plays, and even basketball, they make plays and they run plays and stuff. That was what that was. They thought about that. They pushed their forwards right back. They created space in that sort of 30 metre to 50 metre area, so there was no defenders. The defenders should have filled that space, but I mean, naturally, you play man on man, don't you, in that situation? So there was all that space, and Nas, he was obviously the quickest one there. He ran into that space, 35 metres out, takes the mark, falling back as Jake Bowie comes over to try and spoil, and it was beautiful. The kick by Rowan Marshall was unbelievable too. Laces out, delivers a 40-metre kick or whatever it was. That was special. There's people suggesting, forget about TDK, offer Naz $2 million a year. Bloke's 22 years old, he's a superstar.
Jezza.
Any other thoughts for that? No.
Yeah. Alright. Jezza is the.
You in a hurry, mate? You in a hurry?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Jezza is the 100 on the card.
Is it on the cards?
Yes.
You reckon? So 4 games to go. You've got
69 goals.
69. So he needs 31. 4 games in the season, the regular season. Geelong should finish top 4, so they're going to get at least 2 finals.
Wait, so he needs to keep 10-1 games.
Yeah, it helps. So he's got Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
Then he's got
Essendon.
Swans and Richmond. So Essendon and Richmond, I mean...
Try and fill up your pockets with 7.
Oh, 7 as a minimum, yeah.
14.
Sydney, their backline's battling. Their midfield's reasonably strong, though, so you're going to have to try and get the ball down to him. But again, could fill your pockets up with 4 or 5. Power, their backline's not too bad. It's not great. They've got a Lear, they've got
4 or 5.
Asava.
Bergman's not playing.
Bergman's not playing. Oh, wow, that got better. But again, their midfield's pretty stacked, so you've got to get the ball down. But if you go for 5 against Port, 7 against Richmond, 5 against Sydney, 7 against Essendon, what's that? 14, 24.
And then
you need 7 in finals. So first week of the finals,
kick 4.
If Geelong was to finish second, or first would be lovely, but probably second or third, ideally you play Collingwood at the G. He's got a great record against Collingwood. Finals is different. It's a massive game, but he's got a great record. Imagine if you kick 4 or 5, or 3 or 4 against Collingwood in the first final, perhaps. And then if you win, you go to a prelim. But if you lose, then you got to come back to the MCG and play a semi.
But then if it's like an easy side, like who'd finished 8.
Yeah, and maybe they're a bit beat up, maybe.
And then you kick 4 against them.
Yes.
And then that's 100.
Yeah, 100 in the semi. Or if you can win the semi and he kicks 2 or 3, and then he just needs 1 in the prelim.
Oh yeah.
Well then, we're going.
Well,
so long as they're in Victoria, I'm not going in state.
If we're in the prelim at the MCG and Cameron's on 99
we're
goals.
sitting on the bottom level and we're running onto the oval.
Yeah.
We've got to get there though, and he's got to perform well in these next 4 weeks. If he can't fill his boots up these next 4 weeks, I don't think he gets there.
And no running on the oval.
I think it'd be really, really hard. So But if he fills his boots up the next 4 weeks, I mean...
Running on the oval?
Yeah. Look...
Wait, will he actually run on the oval?
Bloody oath. And we won't be alone. There'll be that many people. We'll have to hold on to your hand because it'll be mayhem. But it's got to be in Victoria. If it's interstate, well, unfortunately, we'll just have to watch it on TV. But also, just the last one there. So he kicked 11, which was just unbelievable.
Most recent cat.
That's the most since Adelaide, I think, in 94. Was it against the Kangaroos as well, or it was against the Doggies? Anyway, it's 31 years. Because I was saying to you there Saturday night, I said, geez, we've got to find out, when was the last... I can't remember a Geelong player kicking 10. Because Cameron got 9 last year against West Coast, and we're like, come on, kick it. We want to see someone kick 10 goals. So Gary Ablett Senior was the last cat to kick 10 plus goals in a game.
Did he kick like 12 that game or 13?
Oh, in 93 he kicked 13 or 14 against Essendon when Paul Salmon was down the other end and kicked 10. And he's kicked, I think he might have kicked 14 against Richmond one day. And he kicked double figures plenty of times. So did Plugger Lockett, Jason Dunstall. All these guns back in the days. But double figures these days is very rare. So he missed out on the record on Marvel Stadium. By 1 goal. Mark LaCraft for West Coast kicked 12 goals. Was it 2010? Yeah. Anyway, so that's great. So go Jezza. We'd love to see a ton. Love to run onto the G.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gold Coast will be playing Fires for the first time.
They've done it. They're playing finals because they've got that game up their sleeve against Essendon up on the Gold Coast.
And then
they ain't losing that.
They're on 56 points.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
So
Technically.
But then if they lose one game, they're on...
Yeah, it looks they might drop one game or something. I don't think they're run home, but they're playing finals.
Yeah.
I reckon they are. Which is awesome. And they need to be. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Been a long time. Adelaide,
very scary, real deal to finish top.
Yeah, there was a... did you see that AFL ladder predictor that came out this week on Monday or Tuesday? It's got Adelaide finishing top of ladder.
Really? And Collingwood finishing second?
Second, I think.
Wait. Second you think?
Yeah, Geelong third and might have been...
Someone else?
Fourth. Was it
Gold Coast?
Giants or Gold Coast maybe? Yeah.
Really? And Brisbane
fifth, yeah.
Wow.
So that was it. Hey, and it's all speculation. It changes each week. It's all speculation, depending on who wins. But
Geelong went up because when you see our run home, see Brisbane's, they went up.
Yeah. When Brisbane knocked us off,
it probably went down a bit.
Yeah, they were putting us on to finish top, but then lost that and it's pushed us back. But look at Adelaide's run home. So they got 2 home games, 2 away games. The away games, Eagles and Roos, they're going to win those. The home games, tough. Hawks and Pies, but they're very hard to beat on their home deck. Geelong got them earlier in the year though, but they have developed from that. From then they've developed and grown so much.
I wonder who else have got them on their home deck. Melbourne got really close, which was scary.
Yeah, Brisbane almost got them, but they come back and won by 5 points. But as the season's gone on, Adelaide's just gotten better.
Yeah.
Anyway. So they're going to be good. They are good. If they get a home qualifying,
and then home prelim.
Oh my gosh! And we've been talking about this for the last month.
I know. And then a grand final.
I could just see him in the grand final.
What if it's against Collingwood? Yeah.
I'd probably go for Adelaide.
Really?
No disrespect to those Collingwood supporters out there. Oh, they haven't won one since '98.
Haven't they only won 2? Or 1?
Won 2, 97, 98, back to back. Andrew McLeod running around there with Norm Smith and Malcolm Blight, the coach. But you look at that side though. That Mark Rasciuto, superstar. I think he's 8-time All-Australian, Brownlow medalist. He's obviously commentating these days. Simon Goodwin was in that side. He coaches Melbourne, obviously. Darren Jarman kicked 5 in the last against St Kilda in '97, I think. So, yeah, some freaks in that side. But, yeah, they're very good. Can they win the granny on the G?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But then if it's against the Victorian side, it's hard stuff.
It's hard. Look, hey, back in '97, '98, they beat Saints and Kangaroos, 2 Victorian sides, but it's hard. It's really hard. And I feel like they're like maybe 1 year off.
What, really? So you reckon they'll win it next year?
I reckon they'll be, again, top 4 next year, But they'll be like, we'll look at Adelaide next year the way perhaps we look at Collingwood and Brisbane.
And the Adelaide will be freaks.
Yeah, like Darcy Fogarty, another year older. Phil Thorpe, another year older.
Phil Thorpe's a guy.
Some of their defenders.
He should be in the highest.
What was that one of the top 10 draft pick they got, the defender?
Was it Max Marconi?
Well, he's up there as well, but there's another one.
Mitchell Hinks?
No, he's, again.
Daniel Curtin?
That's the one I'm thinking of. And so he's another year older, so I just think, the next 1 to 5 years, they're going to be a serious side. They already are. We can see it. But, Jordan Dawson, our cousin Maddie's mate, just superstar, isn't he? So they're exciting. We touched on your footy at the top, mate. You got 3 games to go. So one of our guns is away this week, which
sad.
Which could make things interesting. But last time we played this side, we won by 53 points.
51,
wasn't it? I thought it was 17 to 70. Or was it 19 to 70?
19 to 70.
51. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. We've moved the magnets around a bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
A couple of players coming back into the side this week. Thomas and Amon. So, we've got 2 missing this week.
Yeah,
actually.
so round 16, we've been working on. This is a hard side. Last time we played them, we lost. And we've been working on. We're moving. We're not moving the board around. We're doing it on paper and doing it really interesting.
Yeah, we're trying to. If anyone from that footy club watches,
we're
doing our homework there, guys. We're doing our homework on you boys, but no, we're not doing any homework on them. But no, we're just what we've done throughout the whole year is it's under 9s footy. It's all about fun, isn't it? And everyone getting to go. So it's just
but you want to win.
Each 5 or 6 plays in each zone.
Yeah, and I want to win. So I'm supposed to start in forward that day, but I want to start in midfield or defence. And I don't want to go forward all game.
Which is crazy to think. Usually the kids I want to go forward. No, you have to go forward. You never know. You might get on the end of one. No, everyone will still play in each area and get a fair go, but it's just changing the mixture each quarter to try and extract as much of the ball as possible. Yeah. See if we can't finish the last game of the season off with a nice little win. But anyway, guys, thanks for...
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, I have one song to sing.
One song?
And it is a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, lovely, mate. Thank you. Yeah, 26 tomorrow, which is nice.
Wrong.
Pardon?
Plus 10.
Plus 10. Oh, geez, don't give anyone away my age, right? No, yeah, 36. It's good. Lucky to be able to get 36. Not everyone gets that privilege. So, very happy. Yep. Hopefully, you boys have a great little win for us, and we're going to go for lunch tomorrow. That'd be nice. But thanks for sticking around, watching the video. Please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Comment if you can. It really helps the algorithm and shares our videos.
I know some kids at school tell me that they subscribe.
Have they? That's the spirit. Yeah, I think we're up around 60 or 70 now, which is good. So hopefully we might slowly keep growing it into next year. We'll have to suss out the AFLW as well this season, this summer, and do some stuff on their footy as well, and then incorporate a few videos over the summer break when there is no footy and no draft and whatever else to talk about. We can go down to the local footy ground and do some trick shots and whatever else just to keep the content coming. But thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good weekend.